A nuxer. 23-year-old Priya Delgado is suing her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Marcus Webb, for damages to her vehicle, fraudulent misrepresentation on an insurance claim, and emotional distress. Joining Marcus today is his new girlfriend, 22-year-old Kayla Simmons, who is listed as a witness and whose name appears on the insurance claim in question. Honhan Grumos. Judge Judy. Ms. Delgado, this man was your boyfriend for about 2 years, correct? Priya. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Judy. And during that time, you let him drive your car, a 2019 Honda Civic, still under a loan, because he had no vehicle of his own. Priya. Yes, ma'am. $387 a month. And the insurance was in my name only. I never added him because his driving record wasn't clean. 2 speeding tickets, a prior fender bender, Judge Judy. Smart. So you had a car, a loan, insurance in your name only, and you were still letting him drive it because you trusted him. Priya. Yes. I trusted him completely. Judge Judy. When did that trust end? Priya. March 14th. The date of the accident? Judge Judy. Tell me what happened. Priya. The night before, Marcus asked to borrow the car. He said he needed to pick up things for work early in the morning. I gave him my keys before I went to sleep. He left around 6:30 a.m. At 8:15, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. A police officer telling me my vehicle had been involved in an accident on Route 9 near the Westfield intersection, significant damage, and that the driver had already left the scene. Audience murmurs. Judy. He left the scene of an accident in your car. Priya. Yes. I called him multiple times. Nothing. I had to get a ride to the scene myself to deal with the officers and the tow truck. The entire front end was destroyed. Hood crumpled, both airbags deployed, front bumper completely off. The tow truck driver thought it might be totaled. Judge Judy. And Marcus. Where was he? Priya. I didn't hear from him until almost noon. A text. I'm sorry. I'm okay. We'll figure it out. Judge Judy. We'll figure it out. When did you find out about the insurance claim? Priya. 3 days later. An email from my insurance company. A claim had been filed on my policy. I didn't file it. Marcus did. Without telling me. Without asking me. And when I called the insurance company, they told me the claim listed the driver as Kayla Simmons. Audience gasps. Judge Judy. So he borrowed your car, crashed it, left the scene, filed a claim on your insurance without your knowledge, and listed another woman as the driver. Priya. Yes, Your Honor. Every word. Judge Judy. How much damage? Priya. Repair estimate, $11,400. 6 weeks in the shop. Rental car out of pocket, $1,844. Because my policy only covered $50 a day and the rental was $74. And my premium went up $112 a month after the claim. Over the full 2-year rate adjustment period, that's $2,688.10. Judge Judy. Total claim? Priya. 4, 5, and 28, Your Honor. Rental gap plus the full insurance increase. Judge Judy. Before we get to Mr. Webb, Ms. Delgado, the announcer mentioned emotional distress as part of your claim. I want to address that directly. What are you describing when you say emotional distress? Priya. Your Honor, I was blindsided. I woke up to a phone call from a stranger telling me my car was destroyed. I found out through my insurance company, not from Marcus, that a fraudulent claim had been filed in my name. And I found out at the same time that he had been seeing someone else. All of it hit at once. I couldn't sleep properly for weeks. I was anxious every time I got an email from the insurance company. It affected my ability to focus at work. Judge Judy. I hear you, and I want you to know. I believe you. What this man put you through was not simply a car accident. It was a layered betrayal that came at you from multiple directions simultaneously. That is genuinely distressing. However, and I need you to understand this, in small claims court, emotional distress requires documentation, medical records, therapy invoices, a formal diagnosis. Without that paper trail, I cannot add it to an award. Do you have any such documentation, Priya? No, Your Honor. I didn't see a therapist. I handled it on my own. Judge Judy. Then I cannot award it, but I want the record to reflect that this court acknowledges it happened. Moving on. Mr. Webb, you left the scene of an accident. Did the police follow up with you? Priya. Your Honor, may I answer that? Judge Judy. Go ahead, Priya. The police identified Marcus as the driver through witness accounts at the scene. 2 people saw him get out of the car briefly before driving away. An officer contacted him 2 days after the accident. He was issued a citation for leaving the scene. Judge Judy. Mr. Webb, you received a citation? Marcus. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Judy, you are very lucky. Mr. Webb, that you are standing in my courtroom today and not a criminal one. Leaving the scene of an accident is not a minor inconvenience. In many states, it carries criminal penalties, license suspension, and potential jail time. Consider yourself fortunate that a citation is the extent of your legal consequence for that particular decision. Now, let's talk about everything else. Silence in the courtroom. You told her you were picking up things for work. Why was Kayla Simmons in that car? Marcus. She needed a ride to her job at a distribution center off Route 9. I was going to drop her off. Judge Judy. In your girlfriend's car at 6:30 in the morning without telling your girlfriend. Marcus. I know how it looks. Judge Judy. I'm not asking how it looks. I'm asking why you thought that was acceptable. Marcus. I didn't think Priya would mind if she didn't know. Judge Judy. She wouldn't mind if she didn't know. That is a remarkable sentence. Now, the insurance claim. Walk me through it. You filed a claim on her policy without her permission and listed Kayla as the driver. Why? Marcus. Your Honor, and I want to be honest about this. Priya had told me before, more than once, that if anything ever happened with the car, I should just handle it. She hated dealing with insurance paperwork. She said, "Handle it however you want." I was trying to follow what she told me. Audience murmurs, Judge Judy. Interesting. Ms. Delgado, did you ever say anything resembling that to Mr. Webb? Priya. Absolutely not, Your Honor. I have never in my life told anyone to handle my insurance however they want. That policy was in my name. I was the one financially responsible for it. Why would I hand that over to someone who wasn't even listed on it? Judge Judy. Mr. Webb, let's think about this carefully, because you've just offered us your one defense, and I want to give it the attention it deserves. You're claiming she gave you blanket permission to handle her insurance however you wanted. But here's what the record shows. 1, you filed the claim without notifying her. If she'd given you permission to handle it, why the secrecy? 2, you listed Kayla Simmons as the driver. If Priya trusted you to handle it, why not simply list yourself honestly and explain you were an unlisted driver? Why falsify the driver entirely? 3, the police report identified you as the driver. Witnesses placed you at the scene, so you filed a claim that directly contradicted a police report. That's not handling paperwork. That's constructing a lie. And 4, if Priya told you to handle it however you wanted, why did you never once mention this conversation when she confronted you? Why did you say, "I'll pay you back," instead of, "I was doing what you told me"? Which is it, Mr. Webb? Dead silence in the courtroom, Marcus. I should have been clearer about what I was doing. Judge Judy, you should have been honest. That's different from clearer. The defense doesn't hold. Not even close. Now, Kayla, let's talk about you. Kayla. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Judy, you told me earlier. You gave Marcus your information because you trusted him and didn't fully understand what he was doing. But let me ask you this. When you got into that car on the morning of March 14th, did you know whose car it was? Kayla. I knew it wasn't his car, Judge Judy. Whose car did you think it was? Kayla. I assumed it was a friend's or something. Judge Judy. You assumed. Had you been in that car before? Kayla, once or twice. Judge Judy, once or twice. And in those once or twice occasions, did Marcus ever tell you whose car it was? Kayla, he might have mentioned it was Priya's. Audience murmurs. Judge Judy, he might have mentioned it was Priya's. So you knew. You knew you were getting into his girlfriend's car. His current girlfriend's car. At 6:30 in the morning. And when he later came to you and asked for your personal information for insurance paperwork related to an accident in that car, you just handed it over. No questions. Kayla, I asked him if everything was okay. Judge Judy, and what did he say? Kayla, he said he had it under control. Judge Judy, he had it under control. Miss Simmons, I want you to think about this. A man who is still in a relationship asks you to get into his girlfriend's car before sunrise, crashes it, and then comes to you days later asking for your personal information to put on an insurance document. And your response is to ask if everything is okay and accept I've got it under control as a sufficient answer. Kayla, I didn't know he was going to put my name as the driver. Judge Judy, did you ask what specifically your name would be used for? Kayla, not exactly. Judge Judy, not exactly. Here is some free advice. Ms. Simmons, when someone asks for your personal information in connection with an insurance claim for an accident you were present for, you ask exactly because your name on a fraudulent document is not his problem. It's yours. You were fortunate the insurance company's investigation focused on him and not on you. Do you understand that? Kayla, yes. Your Honor, Judge Judy. Good. Mr. Webb, do you have a repayment plan? Have you paid Ms. Delgado anything? Marcus, I told her I had a plan. I was going to start paying her $200 a month once I stabilized my expenses. But we stopped talking before I could start. Judge Judy, you were going to pay $200 a month. When were you going to start? Marcus, I was thinking after the first of the following month. Judge Judy, the accident was in March. The following month would have been May. It is now well past that. How many payments of $200 have you made? Marcus, none yet. Judge Judy, none. You had a plan that never started, payments that were never made, and a figure, $200 a month. That, against a debt of $4,528, would take nearly 2 years to clear. And you offered this plan to a woman you had already deceived, cheated on, and defrauded. And you think that plan represents making it right. Marcus, I was trying. Judge Judy, trying looks different from this. Let me see the documents. Bird collects rental receipts and insurance statements from Priya and delivers them to Judge Judy Bird. Your Honor, she's also got the text messages if you want those. Judge Judy, yes. All of it. Judge Judy reviews documents. Judy, $1,840 in rental costs. Policy covered $800. Gap, $1,040. Premium increase, $112 a month. Documented in writing by the insurance company, effective the month following the claim. Over 24 months, $2,688. Total, $3,728. Plus the rental gap of $1,040. That is $4,528 in documented, direct, out-of-pocket losses caused entirely by this man's actions. Setting documents down. Mr. Webb, I want to say something to you before I give my ruling, and I want you to listen carefully, because I'm not going to repeat it. You were trusted. That is the beginning and the end of this story. This woman trusted you with her car, her keys, her financial exposure. And you used that trust to ferry another woman around before sunrise, crashed the vehicle, abandoned the scene, filed a fraudulent document on her policy, and then offered her a repayment plan that never materialized. Every single step of this was a choice. Not a panic, not a mistake, a sequence of deliberate choices, each one designed to minimize your consequences and maximize hers. And I want to address something else. You came in here today with a defense that she told you to handle it however you wanted. That defense required you to sit in this courtroom, look at a woman you wronged, and add one more lie to the pile. That tells me everything I need to know about where you are right now in terms of taking responsibility. Accidents happen. People make mistakes. Courts understand that. What courts do not forgive? What I do not forgive is the cover-up, the fraud, the cowardice of running from a scene and then constructing a story to survive it. You didn't just crash her car. You crashed her trust, her finances, her peace of mind, and then you asked her to wait patiently while you got around to a $200 a month repayment plan. That ends today. Silence. Judge Judy. Judgment for the plaintiff. $4,528. Mr. Webb, contact an attorney about the fraud flag still active on that insurance claim. And understand this. Solutions built on lies are not solutions. They are just slower disasters. We're done. Gavel strikes.